Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to race number 5 of the iRacing Virtual Cup Series League at Indianapolis Motor Speedway tonight. These guys are going to do 100 laps tonight. I'm Dave, joined with Corey from SRM. How are you doing tonight, Corey?
Doing pretty good here tonight, Dave. I heard you got promoted to leadership role in fire department.
Thank you, Corey. Yeah, it's going to limit my time doing broadcast here soon, but can't wait to see another exciting race here tonight. See if we can possibly repeat last week's performance, where Will Barlow just edged out Timothy Latham by 1/1000th of a second at the finish line there.
Very exciting.
Today's track temperature is going to be 105 degrees. It's going to make for a very, very slick track. Tonight's stages are going to be lap 30, at the end of lap 30, and at the end of lap 60, and the final conclusion at lap 100. They are just about finishing up qualifying here. So let's see who we got. Right now, it looks like Kevin Steele is going to be your provisional pole sitter here for tonight's race.
Yeah, and with only 15 seconds remaining in qualifying, I'd say he's got that locked up.
If I remember correctly, Kevin Steele's first race was last week at Pocono, and he got the pole at Pocono.
He did.
Good run for Kevin tonight. As we go to gridding. On the grid tonight, you've got Kevin Steele in that number 24 on the pole again. Brian Mabry in that number 3 starting second. Carl Dotson in that 29 car starting third. Kendall Lavron in that 28 car starting fourth. Justin Boyles starting 8th in that 8 car starting 5th tonight.
Timothy Latham will bring her home in 6th, and number 5, Dakota Jorgensen, will start 7th, and number 9 in the 55 car, that'll be Jordan Sailors starting in P8. P9 will be Doc Otto in the 88 ride, and Dave Hughes Jr. rounds out your top 10 in the 14.
And the number 11 spot is Richard Smith II in that number 2. Joseph DuPont in that 33 car starting 12th. Tony Patton in that 86 car starting 13th. Will Barlow, last week's winner, in that 15 car starting 14th. Jason D. Baker in that 85 car starting 15th.
Capping off the field in 16th, that'll be the 78 Under Armour Chevy Camaro of J.D. Baker. And rounding out the field, starting on shotgun, will be the Oreo car, the number 93. That'll be P.J. Engelkins.
And that takes your field for tonight. As we pull up the standings, your top 4: Justin Boyles, Richard Smith II, Kendall Laverne, and Will Barlow, all winners this season, followed by Dakota Jorgensen, Jason D. Baker 6th, Philip Lloyd in 7th, Brian Mabry in 8th, Timothy Latham in 9th, Carl Dotson in 10th, Doc Holliday and Dennis Setzer round out your 11th and 12th. Outside looking in is Tony Patterson, PJ Eccles, Jordan Sailors, Joseph DuPont, J.D. Baker, David Fuge, Jason Tripp, and Nick Robinson round out your top 20. See if we can get maybe a first-time winner here tonight, as pace cars going down the back stretch. See if we can get a word with Kevin real quick. Kevin, Dave, and Corey in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Try to get you before you go green. Good job on another pole again this week. You got anything for him this week?
I'm hoping so. Just like last week, it's hard to know what to expect with longer runs. So hopefully you get some of them, some green flag pit stops, and hopefully we finish a little better than last week.
I hear you. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we'll see you back here a little bit later.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Pole sitter. As Kevin's bringing them down to the green flag. Green flag's out.
Beautiful start for that Sunoco Camaro out front. And also a good, beautiful start for that number 3 Camaro on the outside. I think the inside line is going to be the preferred group for the night. As you see, the first 3 cars on the inside, they really pulled away on this restart. And here comes the 4th car on the inside pulling away as well.
As you see, they start fanning out too wide back there. And Carl Dotson's all over the back bumper. Kevin Steele as we go into turn 3. All the drivers starting to single out, single file.
Draft is really going to play a factor here at this track today. You see back here for about 5th, 6th, and 7th, Dakota Jorgensen is just getting freight trained on the bottom. He left the gap open on the bottom, and everybody's taking advantage of it real quick.
Yeah, you got Brian Mabry, Kendall, and it looks like Jordan Sales is right there, getting ready to pounce on Dakota there.
Looks like Dakota actually has some corner entry speed coming into turn 3. And that allows him to get ahead of Jordan Sailors. Drop down to the bottom groove. Here comes Timothy Latham right behind Jordan Sailors. He's going to look on the inside down the front chute. And he's going to look for that spot down in turn number 1.
And looks like he's going to get it from Timothy's going to grab it from Jordan there. Back up front. Still single file. Kevin, Carl, and Justin, your top 3. They've got Brian and Kendall in tow right with them. The top 5 have kind of broken away from the rest of the field.
Yes, they have. Each of these cars has about a car length gap between each and every one of them. Minus for the fact that number 8 of Justin Boyles is 3 car length difference between each of them.
Looks like Timothy Latham got by Dakota for that 6th spot. Timothy's going to start setting his sights on Kendall next, see if he can make up any ground. As you see, there's about 3 packs of cars out here right now.
Well, we come up front. Carl Dodson underneath your leader, Kevin Steele. He's looking for the lead. Could have a lead change. He gets by Kevin coming out of turn 4.
Now it's going to be a drag race down the front stretch. You see Justin duck down inside, trying to tuck up behind Carl.
Kevin led that lap, but right now he's in trouble as Justin Boyles is looking underneath of Kevin Don't look now. Here comes Kendall LeBron right behind him as well.
Justin couldn't quite get that pass made, and here comes Kendall on the outside.
Yeah, it really looks like whoever can get the most cars in a little pack, in a little line, is going to show dominance, with the draft being a key factor around here. That's how Carl was able to get the lead.
Yeah, it looks like Timothy's actually catching this group in front of here. He's closed that gap.
Yep, eyeball check says Timothy Latham's making his way up to the top 5 pack. See what he can do when he gets there.
Right now, he is the fastest car on the track. You see Brian Mayberry trying to look at the inside of Justin Boyles there. But here comes Timothy's been strong every week. As you see, they're kind of singled out. Top 2 broke away a little from Kendall. Kendall, that lone Ford up amongst all these Chevys up here. Timothy Latham continues to put down some blistering laps here.
Taking advantage of that draft to set some quick laps around here. See if he can't close the gap up. The 3 in front of him are starting to form up a pretty even line, actually.
Yeah, we'll go back and check on this second pack here. Jordan Sales got around Dakota there. Dakota has Doc Holliday behind him with Dave Fuge and Joseph DuPont in that 33 car.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of a trend here. There seems to be 2, 4, 5 in terms of packs.
Yeah.
Jason Baker all by himself back here in 12th. The rest of the field all spread out, minus the last 3 spots. They're all going at it. PJ Ingleson, Richard Smith, Tony Patton.
This might be a little bit of a strategy game, just waiting it out and just biding their time. We're only 8 laps into 100, so Carl Dotson's still showing your way.
Well, we got a fuel mileage of 20 to 22 to 25 laps. If you're in the draft, if you're behind the car, you're going to save an extra lap or so of gas. It may be better off riding right behind a guy instead of leading a pack.
You're right there. You are correct. With Carl out front, he's probably burning about 2 laps faster than Kevin right there in second. As you see, they're starting to fan out there.
Yeah, it's been a wild battle so far between the number 3 and number 8. Brian Mabry has given the shot to the back bumper of Justin Boyles the past couple laps. He finally looks on the inside. He's going to make this battle more intense, and he's going to get himself clear here out of turn 2. And here comes Justin Boyles going to go for a crossover. Who does Timothy Latham help? This is for a 4th spot. Timothy's going to help out Justin Boyles on the inside, take advantage of the draft, and get by number 3 of Brian Mabry there.
Yeah, you got teammates right there working together, trying to move up Now they're going to set, those two are going to set their sights for Kendall in that 3rd spot. as you see Timothy all over the back of the bumper of Justin there.
I'd say that's how they are going to catch him, is bump drafting. That was a smooth bump draft. You come back out front, though. Kevin Steele makes his way past Carl Dodson once again. Carl Dodson going to look underneath of Kevin Steele going down turn number 3, and here comes Kendall LeBron right behind these two cats. He's going to shake the picture up.
From what I'm reading, the current drivers in this field, none of them had really good success here last season. The highest finisher was Timothy Latham in 9th, Kendall LeBron in 10th, and Justin Boyles in 11th. So this track, pretty hard on the guys last year.
Yeah, it's a difficult track to try to figure out. And last year they would have been in the older Cup cars. So these newer Cup cars, they're more like an Indy car. They're built by Dallara, the chassis is anyways. So it's almost like an Indy car race with a stock car body.
You are correct there. And just out of personal preference, these cars will actually handle a little bit better than the current Cup cars. And the tire wear is not as bad.
Say that, and I seen Timothy Latham get a little sideways out of turn number 4. Here comes Kendall LeBron. He's going to overtake Carl Dodson for that second spot. Kevin Steele, he's found himself a good ways out front by himself right now, by himself.
Yeah,
that may not be good.
You see Timothy trying to pass his teammate there, Justin, on the inside going into turn 3.
Yeah, Timothy and Justin, even Brian Mabry have all caught up to your top 3 cars. See, Carl Dodson, actually, he's going to go down pit road.
Wow. I don't think there was anything... I didn't see anything wrong with the car.
I'd say it's a fuel stop. He's splitting this stage in half. You can go 22 to 25 laps on a tank of gas, and stage is 30 laps. So he's splitting in 2 segments here. It's an interesting call by him. He could go down by himself and no help.
Yeah, you're right there. And then we see David Fuge starting to run down this lead pack also.
Yeah, and Dave Fuge is all by himself, so him running down a pack like he is right now, a single car pack, just himself, that could be key.
Yeah, he's got a hot rod today. He was one of the ones that showed a lot of speed last week at Pocono down those long straightaways. Just unfortunate to get tied up in a little bit of an incident. And then you got Joseph DuPont there running by himself. Doc Holliday and DJ Baker.
It's JD.
I'm sorry, JD.
Will Barlow back there in 10th, riding a little bit by himself. Got a pack behind him, got a hungry pack behind him at that. Little bit of wall action for Jason Baker. Right behind him. Got a little tight coming out of turn 3 and hit the wall. He's going to bring that 85 Chevy down the pit lane for some repairs and tires and gas.
Yeah, you got to be careful here, because if you're not careful, that pit lane will bite you for a pit road speeding penalty if you're not careful. Looks like Jordan Sailors came in for a pit stop along with Carl Dotson. Out front, still your leader, Kevin Steele. But don't look now. The 5 is on his way forward.
Well, the good thing about it is this track is almost like a Pocono in terms of you can come down pit road and not lose a lap. Nobody that has pitted went a lap down. So it could be a good strategy call to go half and half on the stage.
Yeah, you're right there. 2.5 mile track. You can go and not lose a lap under green flags as long as you're not that far behind the leaders.
Your top 3 cars, they've just been strong tonight, especially Kevin Steele in the 24. This is only his 2nd race in this league, and potentially in this car. I don't know if he's ran any races in that car all week practicing for this, but he said last week it was his first time in the next generation Cup car.
You got Kendall and Timothy battling going into turn 3 here. As you ride on board with
Ooh! Contact!
Nice save by Kendall there.
Now, that was a slide job, and I don't think Kendall's going to give Timothy a Christmas card this year.
Nah, I'm pretty sure he's on that naughty list now.
That's going to allow Justin Boyles to get in the draft of Kendall of Ron here. Maybe see if those 2 cats can't catch back up to Timothy working together. Justin says, I ain't going to help you out, Kendall. It almost gets a little tight coming out of turn 2 and does the same thing as Timothy did. Here comes Brian Mabry looking on the inside of Boyles. This is for 4. Tire wear is for real, making these cars push up the track in the corners.
Did you see Brian Mayberry did that slide job on Justin Boyles coming out of 3.
Timothy Latham.
Relinquishes that 2nd place spot. Come down. Probably get 4 tires and a full tank of fuel. Up front, all by himself. By about 4 seconds.
He may be by himself, but at least he's got a good gap. So if he does come down pit road, he is going to be sitting good. Yeah, we get his great yellow.
As you see, you got 3 cars all lined up in that draft.
It's really going to be interesting to see when all 3 of these cars, do they all 3 come down at the same time? Or will they separate each other? You see Kendall, he's going to slow down. He's going to bring his Ford down for service.
Relinquishes that spot for Justin Boyles. Justin takes over that 2nd spot with Brian Mabry right behind him as we work lap 21 of 100.
5th of the way through the race right now. You see Dave Fuge Jr. in the 14. He is catching up to Mabry and Boyles right now. He is almost probably going to be on their back bumper by the time they all decide to come down pit road, and that could help them.
Yeah, we said last week he had a fast race car at Pocono, so he's showing the speed tonight.
Yes, he is. He had speed last week, just got caught up in some wrecks, and he is up to the back bumper. Mabry actually had to get in the binders a little bit just so he didn't ram the back end.
Looks like Will Barlow just coming off of pit road as PJ enters pit road. You still got the top 9 who's still yet to pit.
Kevin Steele just showing the way. 5-second gap over your second, third, and fourth drivers.
Now let's see. As you see here, second, third, and fourth right there. PJ is coming off of pit road. And 5 seconds is like an eternity here. As you see, Kevin is about halfway down that straightaway, getting ready to enter turn 3. And the second group is about halfway down. Oh, looks like we got Tony Patton. Looks like he crashed.
Yeah. Back to see what happened to Tony.
Looks like he might have got loose coming off the turn there.
Well, he had right side damage on that Toyota Camry already. Coming out of turn 1, hits the wall, bounces off, slides to the inside wall. Heavy contact for that 86 Toyota Camry.
Yeah, not a good night for Tony there. Looks like the car just pushed right up into that outside wall. Caution is out. That'll bunch up the field. Allow these top 10 drivers. You know what that might also look like was almost a tire going down too. Because it just looked like it just did not want to turn. It just wanted to push right out.
That could be a good possibility.
As we go on board your leaders here.
Well, this caution.
Well, it's going to play into the hands of the ones that have already pitted for the when it comes to the stage, and we shall see it. Here comes your top 5. DJ staying, or JD is staying out. Looks like JD's going to pick up those bonus points. Oh, looks like Justin slid through his box on that. That'll cost him a couple seconds on pit road. As you see Kevin finishing his service along with Brian Mabry. Dave Fuge, the third one off of pit road, behind Justin, Richard, and DuPont, Joseph DuPont. And you got Doc Holliday on his way back out. We'll just see if JD Baker comes in this time by or if he stays out.
It looks like you're on the right line, close to damage.
As they work their way out of turn 3. And He is going to bring his car down the pit road, which will relinquish the lead to Carl.
They'll put Carl Dodson in the lead. Timothy Latham going to find himself up in second. Jordan Saylor is up to third. Kendall LeBron. Really good call for Kendall to come down pit road a little earlier, and he's going to find himself in fourth. Kevin Steele, after pit cycles there, he's going to be in fifth for the restart.
You got Brian Mayberry in sixth, David Fuge in seventh, Justin Boyles in eighth, Joseph DuPont in ninth, and Richard Smith rounding out your top 10.
We're going to have a shootout. Stage end, stage points on the line. Everybody needs as many points as they can get. Especially the drivers on the cut line.
Alrighty, as they go into turn 3.
Long half straights, as I call them, in the corners. There's a rectangle. Had to round out a rectangle.
Yeah, I normally just call them the short shoots. Pace car dives off, and we're going back to green.
Yeah, Carl.
Carl gets a hell of a jump on that restart.
Yes, he did. He's got to get away from all the cars with newer tires. He was one of our first cars to come down pit road back on lap 13, so he's got the older tires of the field. See if he can't hold off Timothy Latham, who has 6 laps newer tires. Here comes Latham on the inside of Carl down the back straight. He is gonna break the draft off of everybody behind him. He's gonna get the spot for Carl Dodson, give you the lead to Timothy Latham in number 5.
As you see, they're still trying to single file out, get back in line, make a run. Here comes Kendall. Kendall's gonna try to work on Carl, and he's gonna bring Kevin and looks like Justin along with him.
Yeah, Kendall really aggressive on the block.
Oh.
Kevin and Kendall contact up in the air. Kendall goes hard lick for Kendall LeBron through the block and got turned by Kevin.
Looks like Kevin just had a run on him. Oh, I think Carl is going to need a new pair of drawers after that.
Yeah, just almost involved for Carl Dodson. I'm sure he was dragging his feet like the Flintstones to slow that car down.
Yeah, let's take a ride on board with Carl here and see how close that actually was. Oh! Wow. As we bring out the second caution of the night.
This should bring us to our stage end.
As you see, Carl Dodson's in third, Justin Boyles in fourth, and Brian Mabry in fifth. Kendall bringing it on the pit road now.
Doesn't matter. Whatever happened, so we'll talk about it later.
he's going to get new tires and use that one fast repair and get back out there.
They don't have a fast repair.
Oh, no fast. Oh man, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And here comes your leaders. Except for Kevin. Kevin's going to stay out along with Justin.
Yeah, real interesting there. I'd figure this was the end of the stage. I don't know if they actually called the end of the stage already or what. See, PJ Engelken's getting his lucky dog lap back. Oreo machine. The Oreo Ritz. What a combination. Oreo and Ritz. Do you want a cookie or do you want a cracker?
And that should bring us to the stage end.
Yeah. Not sure who they're calling the stage winner on, but they counted that as stage end, or they're going to count this lap stage end.
If they do this lap for the stage win, it's going to go to Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin getting it done tonight.
Taking off strong from where you left off last week after a heartbreak wreck. Last week he was in I think it was a Jeff Gordon flame car. This week he's in a Jeff Gordon Sunoco looking car.
Looks like you got a couple takers coming down pit road again this time, right? Will Barlow and J.D. Baker is going to hit pit road this time.
Jason Baker, Dakota Jorgensen. Dakota and Jason looking to get a little bit more repairs done on their automobiles.
Pace lights are out. We're going to go back to green here. Yeah, I would say chalk that one up to Kevin for the stage win.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, good run for Dave Hughes. Gonna restart stage 2 in that third position on that inside line. But you got two teammates on that outside line. Let's see how well they hook up and move forward.
So we're about a third of the way through this race.
Every week these guys put on one of the greatest shows I've seen in a while.
Kevin Steele, Dave Hughes on the inside. Teammates working together for a restart. Here we go. Kevin Steele gets on the early gun. He's going to gap himself a good bit between him and the pack.
Dave Hughes has some Justin there for the second spot.
Contact right behind them between Boyles and Mabry coming out of turn 1. They touched doors a little bit, touched the wall for Boyles anyways. Boyles touched the wall, they just doored each other. They've got it figured out now. We're heading down in turn number 3. Boyles is going to have third.
Give the spot to Boyles with Brian Mabry right on his tail.
Carl Dodson, one of your real early pitters that took advantage of these cautions. He's going to have 5-lap newer tires than the rest. I understand most of those laps are under yellow, but even still, getting heat in those tires will wear them out.
As you see, Brian Mabry working the inside of Justin Boyles there for that third spot. Can't quite get the pass done. Oh, and here comes Timothy Latham looking on the inside of Brian Mabry there for the 4th spot. And here comes Kendall. Kendall, I believe, is 1 lap down. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Carl Dodson.
That's Carl.
Yeah, that's Carl.
He's got a 00 on his door, but under iRacing numbers, he's 29.
Almost the same colors as I saw that white and green, and for some reason I had Kendall in mind.
Well, I'm seeing a different paint.
Did you see the 2 teammates again hooking up? Justin, Timothy.
Really strong, working together, teammates all working with each other right now. So we're in the running for our 2nd stage.
Dave Fuge is still hanging strong with your leader, Kevin Steele.
Yeah, those two are teammates. They got a hungry pack of 4 cars right behind them, though. See if those 4 cars can't work it out with each other and freight train your top 2. Justin Boyles gets a little bit of a gap over Timothy Latham. That may not be their strategy. If I were them, I'd try to hook up as close as they can possibly get so you can just start freight training your top 2 drivers.
I agree there. Let's go. Let's see this group of 3 cars back here with Joseph DuPont, Jordan, and Richard there.
Get a little 3-car group. Richard Smith a little bit further away from Jordan Sayers than he'd probably like, but hey, we all know there's going to be at least 1 more yellow.
And you got Will Barlow leading this 3rd group.
4th group.
Is that the 4th group?
That's a 4th.
Okay,
I think.
okay.
Yeah, that's 4th group. Will Barlow ran real strong last week, picked up the win in the league's closest finish.
Yeah, it was nice to see him get that first win of the season.
Doc Holiday gets around Jason Baker. That's for the 11th spot. Come back out front though, and there is a gaggle of cars all looking for a top 2. Your 4 cars that were a little bit behind earlier, they have now caught up to the back end of Dave Fuge and Kevin Steele. They're looking to shake some things up.
Kevin still leading the way. Coming to lap 38.
Yeah, Kevin always looking strong out here in this pack here, and he's still learning the car, and I think he's got the car figured out.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, 2-mile tracks and higher, I believe he's got it figured out. We'll see what he can do with these with the intermediate tracks here. Because next week we go to Watkins Glen.
Well, then he's got to figure it out road course next week.
They go to Watkins Glen and then they're off for a week.
All right, now he's got it figured out. Dave Fuge a little tight out four there. Had to check off the wall. I think he got into it a little bit. I'm not sure if that damage he has on the right side of that car is from that little scrape. I doubt it. But he has some damage on the right side. It's going to affect his car. Carl Dodson got around Dave Fuge. Here comes Justin Boyle looking to get around Dave Fuge as well.
Yeah, I was going to say Carl made that pass on Justin just a lap ago coming out of 4 and set his sights on Dave Fuge. Dave's car might be pushing a little as the tires get a little worn in.
See Carl Dodson trying to use the draft, get up to the back bumper and possibly swing out and around Kevin Steele. It's just a matter of when he does it and how he does it.
Give that third place to Justin Boyles.
Here comes Carl Dodson.
Fuge back to 5th.
New leader, Carl Dodson, out of turn 2.
Those 5-lap newer tires are really paying off.
Just a hair. They're only newer by a lap count. They were all under yellow when they got them.
This is true. Oh, Dave Fuge looked like he got a little loose coming off of 3 there.
Yeah, he gave the shot to Justin Boyles out of 3 down the short chute. This little battle for your top 3 is heating up as here comes Timothy Latham. He's going to get by Dave Fuge. That's for 4. He's going to set his sights on Boyles right in front of him. He almost got into Boyles. Boyles went up the track. Latham went down the track. They're going to be door to door in turn 2. Latham's give the spot to Latham. He's up to the top 3.
And then here comes Dave Fuge. He's going to fall back in line down the backstretch as they get ready to go into turn 3. And he's got a bumper full of Brian Mabry right there in that 6th spot.
Well, right now we're on coming to lap 42. We are well within our fuel window. Dave Fuge tight out of turn 4. Just smacks the wall. Mabry has to get out of the gas and swerve to avoid it. We're getting well within our fuel window, and I hate to say it, but I think Dave Fuge may want to think about checking tires here soon.
Yeah, it's like when another car is up behind him, he gets awful tight. Dodson still leading the way.
Yeah, those top 2.
Yeah, your top 2 are about just slightly under 2 seconds from 3rd place. Did you see Carly trying to break that draft?
Yeah, doing an Indy car strategy there where you break the draft down the straightaways by going lower in the straights. Except the guy behind you actually does the same thing and it don't really work.
This is true. Because all he's going to do is follow right where you go. You see these cars back here, Timothy, Justin, and Dave all spreading out here. Brian Mayberry still holding tight to Dave. Just about 2/10 off his back bumper. And then you got this group led by Jordan They're in 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th there.
No, that's a lap car.
Oh! Will Barlow gets loose coming out of 3. I think he might have had some help. Is he going to get that car?
There's a caution. He didn't have help. He just.
Oh, there's the caution.
Apron. There's our yellow.
Oh, it looks like he just got loose coming about midway through.
Yeah, he clipped the apron coming out of 4. Hey, okay, he didn't clip it. Get loose. He got a little loose. Then he clipped the apron. The grass didn't make the situation any better. Luckily for Will Barlow, all it did was cook his tires. He was able to stop that car before slamming into the wall.
Agreed. Great job keeping it off the wall.
No harm, no foul, besides losing spots and bringing out a yellow. You never want to bring out a yellow.
I don't think they had a choice in that. He had a car coming up, and he was right there in the middle of the raceway.
Yeah, I don't think they had a choice.
But you'll probably see them all come down, get a fresh set of tires and a full tank of gas. So get them to the next stage here.
Yeah, 15 laps left to stage in. They were 5 or so laps away from a fuel stop anyways. They're going to come in and get fuel and tires. Maybe somebody goes on 2 tires. For Dave Fuge, he's going to get some of that damage repaired.
Carl Dotson gonna bring them all down pit road.
Look at that beautiful line of cars. Jason Baker getting a lucky dog, gonna get his lap back. Dakota Jorgensen looking. Actually, Dakota came down pit road. I don't think he realized he was a wave around car. And he's actually playing with Doc Hall. Did Doc run out of gas?
Did Doc run out of gas?
That's a good question, because all I seen down pit road was Dakota Jorgensen pushing Doc Holliday.
Well, that would be a good. I don't think he was. He might have been that close. Either that or Dakota was getting the draft off him.
I don't know. I mean, Dakota was a lap down. He could have stayed out and got a wave around. He decided to come down pit road with all the lead lap cars and give up that wave around spot. It'd be an interesting call there to help out a friend.
Yeah, it's good question. Looks like we got a lead change. Justin's gonna beat him off of pit road, and he'll take over your top spot. Here comes Tony in that 86 car. He's going to make his way down pit road.
Yeah, he's going to get some damage control in that 86 Toyota Camry. There's only one car a lap down, and that'd be your number 9 of Dakota Jorgensen. His car looks like it's been at Bristol.
Yeah, J.D. Baker is going to get his wave around as they get the sign of one to
Justin Boyles electing to take the outside line for the restart. See if that helps him. Look up front. Actually got some new runners up front. Jordan Sailors finds himself up in the 4th. Richard Smith up to 5th. Where did Kevin Steele back in 11th and Dave Fusion 12th? They had to have had a speeding penalty.
Either a speeding penalty or probably getting some damage fixed when he had that contact with Kevin or Kendall.
Well, I mean, David had damage, but Kevin... Oh, yeah, Kevin has some damage as well. I just realized Kevin had front hinge.
Will Barlow, who brought out that last caution, is up to 6th.
Yeah, he's back up in 8th. He didn't even lose a spot. You see him. Pace car pulls off. Justin Boyle is going to lead this pack to green. Looking for a stage in about 13 laps.
Jordan's looking on the outside of Timothy there for that 2nd spot.
Yeah, Jordan Sailors in the 55. This is the first time he's been up in the top 3 all night long. Looking good.
He's still holding tight there with Timothy for that in that 2nd spot. Looks like Timothy's now going to clear him going into 3.
Ooh, little loose for Jordan Sailors. Coming out of turn 3 to the short chute. It's a hard battle right now between Joseph DuPont. Carl Dodson just starting to drop back. He's getting overwhelmed by all these cars. Here comes Richard Smith on the inside. He's going to overtake that spot.
Yeah, I think when Jordan got loose, I think Carl was somewhere right behind him, and Carl had to check up. But here comes Jordan right back after Richard there. And he looks like he's bringing Brian Mabry with him.
Yeah, Carl going to take that spot back. Carl has a little bit of damage to the back end of his car. Gets a little loose coming out 4. That's going to allow the 3 of Mabry to get by, and he's going to drop back. Here comes Will Barlow. Now up to the back bumper with Dodson. That back bumper damage might be playing a factor on Carl's handling.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember seeing it a couple laps ago.
That ain't a little bit. That's significant. That's right in the middle of the spoiler. The spoiler's kicked in or out, depends on how you look at it.
There you go, chase view for Carl, and yeah, it's really pushed in there on the center. Somebody got into the back of him.
Our drone camera doing pretty good tonight. Here we go. Lead change. Timothy Latham finds himself up front. Just overtook Justin Boyles for that top spot.
I don't think Justin's quite done with Timothy yet.
I don't think anybody's done passing yet. Here comes Justin down in turn 3.
Whether they be teammates or not, it's, as you see Jordan coming back.
Yeah, Jordan Sailors looking sharp. The whole heavy contact right behind her. Top 3. That was Joseph DuPont and Brian Mabry. Synchronized wall bang. Actually, I think they had help right there.
heavy.
Yeah.
See if we can go back and he was already sideways there. See if we can looks like Brian Mayberry might have got up and kind of pushed DuPont out a little.
Yeah, Mabry got a little tight, pushed DuPont up the hill, and heavy contact for two of them. It's really going to set them back. Interesting turn of events right there. A couple of your front runners all night long getting into it.
As you see, Justin got back by Timothy. And they're starting to pull away from Jordan there in third spot.
Yeah, they're really going at it right now. They both want to win a stage, pick up some playoff points, pick up some regular points. Every point will matter as you get closer to the playoffs. You just see these two, they just do not want to give head to each other. Come back to fifth, and you got Carl Dodson making a pass on Richard Smith. That's for your fifth spot. Carl gets by Richard. Richard's going to look underneath of Carl once again. Really going at it.
After tonight, they got 4 more races before the playoffs.
Yeah, every spot counts. Timothy up front, taking the spot back away from Justin Boyles. Jordan Sailor's really loving this battle. And look at who's in fourth. That is Kevin Steele, taking advantage of all the sideways, sliding action, wall banging action. He's found himself back up in the fourth spot.
Even with that front end damage, he's still running strong. That splitter's not 100% straight anymore, but he's still doing a good job wheeling that car around tonight.
Yes, he is. He's got it figured out. That's for sure. Get the setup down tight, and he's actually catching them. He's catching up to Jordan Sailors, at least.
Yep. I give it about another probably half lap, and you'll probably see Kevin take that spot from Jordan.
Timothy pulled away significantly on Justin Boyles. Did Boyles have to get out of the gas coming out of 4?
Here comes Kevin. He's looking on the inside.
Yep, there goes Kevin. Took him about 2 corners to get by Jordan Sailors. Now he's going to set his sight back on taking over the top spot. We're coming to the closing of our stage 2 in about 4 laps.
Dave Fuge starting to make his run back up towards the front again.
Yeah, he's just made the pass on Carl Dodson there. Carl a little bit loose out of 4. Older tires really showing their way.
You got Richard Smith looking at the inside of Carl Dodson there, taking over that number 6 spot.
Yeah, Carl just backed out of it. J.D. Baker coming into the pits right now. I'm not sure if that's a good call or not.
Sorry to freeze you there, Brian. I just didn't want to move too much.
I'll put J.D. Baker a lap down At least he's going to be in a lucky dog spot.
Back up front, you got Timothy still leading. But Kevin's made his way all over the back bumper of Justin there.
Yes, he has. You see, Justin got a little loose coming into the short chute out of turn 1. Those tires are really creaming right now. Kevin Steele all over the back bumper down the back straight. What does Kevin do? Will he dive underneath of Justin Boyles going down turn number 3? He's going to hold off this time. He may be trying to push Justin up to Timothy and then take 2 for 1 here.
I was going to say, almost looked like Justin was putting the lock on Kevin there.
So we're closing in on our stage. We got about 2 laps left. Pits are closed.
Looks like Kevin's going to try it again, going down this back stretch. Not quite up on the bumper this time, but
well, if a car behind another car lays back a little bit, they get more speed catching up than they would bump drafting, and that's what Kevin did. He got the speed, and he's finding himself on the inside of Justin Boyles. It's for the second spot. I don't think Kevin has enough time to get up to the lead before the end of the stage, but he can still get second. We got one more lap of the stage to go before we see the green and the white checkered.
Kevin's still hanging tough on that inside. But Justin's got the momentum on that outside to keep the RPMs up.
He's got one more shot at it. Coming down turn number 3. Kevin's got the run. Justin trying to use the outside momentum. Kevin using all the track he can get out of it. It's going to be a drag race. Timothy Latham gonna bring her home in first for this stage 2. So you see drag race down the front.
Give it to Justin by a nose.
Yeah, Boyles has easily got that. All the momentum on the high side, that helped him out get second for the stage. Kevin Steele hard, strong run back up to the top 3 for his stage end. So far, good racing.
Definitely some good racing going on here tonight. Looks like we got 12 cars on the lead lap.
Soon to be 13 with J.D. Baker getting a lucky dog.
And JD just pitted about, give or take, about 6 laps ago.
Yeah. It was an interesting call on my end, but see what it does for him. And he's going to be at the back anyways. He could be trying to split the last stage into 2 parts.
Yeah, I wonder, shows here J.D. Baker's been on pit road 6 times already. I know some of it's been for damage, but how many sets of tires does he have left?
Yeah, that's a good question. You'll see Timothy Latham. He's going to lead the field down to the pit road. possibly one last time under yellow. We're gonna at least have for one more time under green for pits.
Yeah, when they come out of pit road, we'll try to get Timothy up and get him interviewed here.
Have a word with our stage 2 winner. That Raise Energy Camaro.
Oh, Justin sliding through his pit yet another time. Looks like Tim. Oh,
Ooh, battle for the pit right off. Give it to Timothy Latham. Kevin Steele finds himself coming out second out of the pits.
all right. Let's see if we can get our stage 2 winner here. Timothy, Dave, and Corey in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do.
Congratulations on the stage 2 win.
Appreciate it.
Did they say who won the first stage?
I got the first stage as well because the caution came out when I was in the lead. He probably should have announced that, but I'll let him know. But yeah, I got the first stage too, so hopefully we can sweep all 3 of them here.
Congratulations. You got anything for? I know you and Justin have been swapping the lead back and forth per se lap per lap, but is that a team thing, or is you just trying to break away from the rest of the field?
Yeah, I mean, I was especially with that later in that run there, I was trying to break the draft to get him, to stay away from me as much as possible. But I mean, yeah, we're both racing for a win here. I know we're teammates, and we both have the understanding that we're out here to win races. So I'm not gonna race him too hard, but I will do a lot of things for a win. So. But hopefully he can be up here with me and we can finish 1-2.
I hear you there. Well, good luck, and hopefully we'll see you at the end.
All right, appreciate it.
And that is your stage 2 winner, Timothy Latham.
Well, so far, good racing all night long out of these drivers. So, handful of laps to the end of the race.
Well, but when we go back to green, it'll be looks like 35 laps to go to the end. See who's got anything for Timothy, Kevin, or I would almost have to give it up to Justin also. Justin's been running well also. But you got Dave Fuge and Richard Smith. Second or third and fourth right now.
Yeah, Richard Smith, a driver we really haven't seen up front, finds himself in the 4th spot.
Don't look now, but your sleeper, Will Barlow, in that 6th spot.
Yeah, last week's winner. He's still got a clean car. He could find himself up front here before too long.
Will kind of reminds me of Kevin Harvick.
The closer.
The closer, the Iceman, however you want to call him, he's always there towards the end. As they get ready to come back to green, Timothy's got a good jump on Kevin on that inside line.
Yeah, Kevin still has a little bit of front end damage. I don't think the crew's able to fully repair that automobile. Same with Dave Fuge, got right side damage on that automobile. Those 3 actually are kind of pulling away.
Doc Holliday into the back outside wall, collects a couple other cars.
Huge wreck. Big one here at Indy. I think Doc Holliday had a little help.
Oh, they were going 3 wide into turn 1, or coming off of turn 2, and just ran out of real estate. Like the PJ. Looks like the 86 also. of Tony.
Yeah, PJ Engelken's hard into the door. Doc, Tony involved.
PJ, nowhere to go.
It's like, actually, JD Baker just somehow
There was another car.
knocked through.
Who else was it that? Oh,
That was Dakota Jorgensen sneaking through as well. Justin Boyles snuck through.
try to see.
Carl Dodson snuck through.
Yeah, it's.
They start exit of 4.
Oh, that's who it was. The 55 got a piece of that.
Yeah, Jordan Sailors is.
Yeah, he ended up getting a piece of it when
Yeah,
Doc-
he's the one that got into Doc Holliday. Jordan Sailors in the 55.
Yeah, him and Doc, just, like I said, just ran out of real estate.
A lot of cars, though, sneaking their way through. An interesting wreck right there. It's gonna allow Brian Mabry to get a lucky dog, get one of his 2 laps back. He was coming out of pit road as that wreck was happening, serving a penalty. So, lucky break for Brian Mabry there. Tough break for PJ Engelkens in the Oreo car. His car is not looking the best. No front bumper, no hood on that car. Doc Holliday all smashed in on all 4 corners.
Looks like we got a crushed Oreo.
Tony Patton already days not gone his way. Got even worse.
Looks like Joseph DuPont and Kendall have both retired to the haulers.
Yeah, Kendall LeBron, early wreck.
Jordan's still on pit road trying to get some repairs done. Mabry getting his service after getting that lucky dog.
Well, you guys have a good night. 31 minutes of repairs. I'm done.
I'm hearing somebody's got 31 minutes of repairs and they're done for the night. Sounds like that might have been Doc. Yeah, it looks like PJ's retired for the night, and so is Doc.
Yeah, those are your 2 heaviest hitters there in that incident. Tony may be calling it tonight as well.
PJ definitely. Doc's, I believe, sitting on pit road still.
Doc's car may be salvageable. Crews are hammering on it.
As you see, the field's got the pace lights are off on the pace car. Coming into turn 3. Let's see if Kevin has anything for Timothy here on this restart.
Kevin Steele restarting in second once again. Little redemption call. Timothy just jumps the gun every restart, times that green flag real good. Gets a whale of a jump on the rest of the field.
Give it to Kevin this time. He got around Dave Hughes there for that second spot.
Dave Hughes putting pressure on Richard Smith. Richard Smith on the outside of Dave Hughes with a cleaner car. Here comes Jason Baker on the outside of Dave Hughes. Huge run. Here comes Will Barlow pushing Justin Boyles. Wow, that was a major run for Boyles on the outside, getting pushed by Will Barlow.
And Justin's going to make that pass stick on the outside.
That was a push and a half. And it worked. I'm not sure that Boyles was ready for a push like that, and he just took advantage of it.
You see Justin's now all over the back of Jason there for that 4th spot. Justin's looking to the inside. He's going to bring that 14 of Dave Hughes along with him.
Dave Hughes trying to pick out who to work with. He's working with Jason Baker right now. Now he drops back in behind Boyles, helps out Boyles down the short chute. He's helping both of these drivers out. He don't know who to help. It's whoever gets the help down the straightaways who's going to get out in front. Right now, Boyles has all the help he wants right behind him with Dave Hughes. Will Barlow is going to look on the outside of Hughes. Down in turn 1, he's going to drop back in behind. And Baker just not giving it up. He wants to keep on to that 4th spot. He's got his teammate not far behind Will Barlow. Going to take advantage of a gap here to drop down to the inside lane.
Give that spot to Justin Boyles. Dave Hughes is now setting his sights on JD Baker.
That's Jason Baker in the 85 right in front of Hughes.
I tell you, I gotta get these names right. Either that or I need to clean my glasses.
Hughes gets around Jason, and now Will Barlow's working on Jason. But look here, teammates! Jason Baker and JD Baker working together.
Brothers have found themselves on the track.
Forget which one's the older brother. I think it's JD. It's the older of the two.
I believe so.
Older brother pushing younger brother. But up front, Latham and Kevin Steele have put a gap between them and Richard Smith. Looking at about a half a second gap. And now they're going to start playing games of break the draft off of each other and see who can take over the lead once again.
Yeah, Richard Smith, the lone Toyota, is still left in this field. And then you have 2 Fords left in this field of Dave Hughes and Will Barlow. Eyes are coming up on lap cars now.
Yeah, it's a lap car for Tony Patton.
Tony's staying alive, allowing those guys to go down underneath. Justin Boyle's now all over the back of Richard Smith there for that third spot.
Yeah, two cars. Then Dave by himself, J.D. Baker. It's broke away from Jason Baker. Jason has a little bit of pressure behind him of Will Barlow and Carl Dodson working together, and Dakota Jorgensen in your 10th spot all by himself. So small little packs. It's almost like tandem racing back in the day. Pick a partner and do-see dope.
That's back when 2 cars could run better than 6 cars. Timothy's still leading the way with Kevin all applying the pressure all over the back bumper.
Yeah, and these drivers, they all still have to make at least one pit stop for fuel.
And you got Dave Hughes that caught this third and fourth car. And
Not only did Dave Fuchs do it, but J.D. Baker has caught up to them as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that. JD's making a good push to the front now.
How about we do a little bit of crank it up?
All right, crank it up. was our Turn It Up segment. As you got Timothy still leading Kevin. Justin Boyles right now. Third. Dave Fuge with J.D. Baker in a fight for 4th and 5th right now. Richard Smith right there in that 6th position. Will Barlow back in 7th. Dakota Jurgensen in 8th. Carl Dotson, which is your first car that was on pit road, back in 9th, and we got a couple takers coming down pit road. These three, it was in a tight battle.
They were in a tight battle, and they're in a tight race down pit road. Richard Smith had a good pit entry and was able to get up to the back bumper of J.D. Baker there.
As you see Jason Baker leaving pit road right now.
Yeah, he just came in a lap ago. It's kind of interesting. He's been on pit road for a whole lap.
He might have got some damage somewhere and was trying to get it repaired. Oh, and your leader, Timothy's coming down the pit road now. Gives Kevin that top spot.
This is the money stop right here.
How long before Kevin comes in?
Well, figure they went in about lap 60 last time. Yeah, 62. You can get 22 to 25 laps on a tank of gas. He is right there. He's got to come in within about a lap or so.
Yeah, you're right. He's going to be pushing either this lap or next lap. You'll see him come in.
Well, he hasn't slowed out yet. He's staying out another lap. Kevin Steele, he was strong last week till he got involved in a late race incident on a restart. And he's looking strong once again tonight.
But with him following Timothy there for the longest time, he probably saved some fuel. Right now, your second place is about 21 seconds behind the leader. As you see, Will Barlow just got his service, and now he's back on track. When is Kevin gonna pit for that money stop?
Carl Dodson, one of your early pitters in this fuel cycle, in front of Timothy, or battling with Timothy Latham right now. Timothy going to get right by Carl Dodson. That could be a good strategy to get Carl up into a top 3 podium finish today.
Yeah, Carl pitted about 6 laps before Timothy. You see Timothy went by him. Starting to pull away from Carl there. Dakota right now sitting in second.
Yeah, Dakota came in on lap 66, so he's got to make another stop here before too long. It's just going to be a little bit after Kevin does. See Kevin coming down pit road. This is his money stop. He's got to do it all perfect. Get down to pit road, speed limit perfectly, get in his box square, make sure the crew don't have any mistakes, don't miss a lug nut, okay, if they miss a lug nut, I think we're all doomed, right?
Yeah, if that happens, I think you're going to see the caution come out.
I'm still on the old system of 5 lug nuts.
I hear you. It's going to be hard getting used to that. You see the left side tires going on right now. Kevin's pit stop is away.
Yeah, and Timothy, just got by Kevin as he was pulling out, so this is gonna open up the gap. Gonna be around 10 seconds or more.
Here comes Justin. Justin's gonna have probably that spot. Kevin's gonna fall back in line to 5th.
Give the spot to Justin there for the top 4. Kevin with a little 3 lap newer tires. Once he gets some heat built up into those, he may be able to get back around Justin Boyles for 4. Timothy.
You got Richard
Dakota Jorgensen is staying out, leading a couple of laps. He's yet to make his pit stop. Trying to catch a caution.
Dakota last pitted on lap 66.
Yeah, he's pretty much tied the bag of money up here. He's got a runner until it's dry and hope there is a caution before he does it.
Dakota can go to a lap of probably around within the next 3 laps. You'll probably see him pit.
Yeah, maximum he can go to about lap 91. So if he's looking for a caution, he wants it right now. We don't see a caution, all said and done. He'll cycle Timothy Latham to the lead. Latham will have a 4-second gap back to Carl Dodson. Carl gonna be real strong up in the P2 once it all cycles through, and Boyles will... Actually, Kevin Steele has made his way around Boyles, so Steele will find himself back up in a podium spot after Dakota goes to pit road.
Kevin's got his sight set on Carl right now.
Now, if they were smart here, I don't know how good Carl's car is, but at least Boyles and Kevin, they could draft with each other and try to make up the 6-second gap on Timothy Latham.
Yeah, as you see, Kevin got around Carl. He's bringing Justin along with him. Both of them have about about 9 lap newer tires than Carl there. And Dakota's hitting pit road now, which will cycle your lead back to Timothy. Kevin up into that 2nd spot, along with Justin Boyles in 3rd. Carl Dodson 4th. Dave Fused, running out your top 5.
We're under 10 laps to go here. Roughly 5.5 second gap back to Kevin Steele for Timothy Latham. That's a clear track for Latham, but he does have Jason Baker right behind him, giving him a push. That could help him keep the gap.
Right now, Kevin Steele's about 0.6 of a second faster than Timothy right now. That last time by, see what it is at the line this time. Kevin's still faster right now than Timothy. But with 9 laps to go, and Kevin's about 4.5 seconds behind, does Kevin have the time to get up there and catch him and then try to pass him?
Well, like I always say, you can catch a guy, it's getting around that guy, it's going to be another story. Every lap, it looks like Kevin is seriously closing the gap in on Timothy. Coming back to the line, he's going to be about 4 seconds behind.
4 seconds behind him with about 8 laps to go.
He's got to make up a second every 2 laps and then get by a hard, strong car. Even with the front end damage on that 24 of Kevin Steele, he's making it work. He's kind of gapped Justin Boyles now. He's not got all the help he wants. Truth be known, I don't think he needs the help.
I don't know. He's cutting the gap just over a half second a lap.
Yeah, this time by, he's going to be behind Timothy by 3.3 seconds. As the laps are taken down, Timothy Latham has got to drive a perfect race. He's going to catch up to some lap cars here in a lap or so. That may actually help Latham in terms of getting some draft.
As you see, they're coming up on Tony there.
Tony's going to get out of the way for Latham there. Latham a little loose coming out turn 3. That was a slider.
As you see, Kevin right now with coming to 6 to go, about 2.5 seconds behind him right now.
Could we replicate our finish from last week with another photo finish? The gap is just closing in inch by inch, and the laps are closing down lap by lap. Obviously, we have a yellow, and this all change everything.
As you go on board with your leader, Timothy, right there, that third car in the back is Kevin. Kevin at the line is going to be cutting it down just under 2 seconds.
Kevin really hitting his marks, hitting the apron perfectly, and he's got Jason Baker right in front of him. Jason, a lap car. I'll allow him to get a little bit of a draft on Latham. Let's cut it down to a second and a half behind. Lap car in front of Latham got a little loose. That was Brian Mabry. Just all over the place there. He's gonna be real slow, but no harm, no foul. Kevin Steele can see Latham out his front windshield right now under a second gap. He's closed it down. Gets by the lap car Baker. No lap cars ahead of Latham for Latham to pick up any kind of a draft. Kevin Steele is going to be able to catch up to Latham and get into the draft. We're closing in the laps here at Indianapolis.
Kevin's got it down to a half a second.
Eyeball checks as he's going.
Coming to the line. Gonna have 4 laps to go. Or 3 laps to go to the line.
This is about where I predicted Kevin to catch to Latham. Now it's all about getting around Latham. Latham is really going to be aggressive on the blocks. He's going to throw a block. Oh, they turn Latham! Kevin Steele hit Latham as Latham threw a block down the front straight. Moment of events here.
Oh.
We're going overtime.
Wow. Kevin tried to cut back on the outside and just Timothy just threw a block on him. Yeah, just nowhere to go.
No, racing incident that. Just a tough break for Latham. And even Kevin gonna pick up a good amount of damage in that. This could put Justin Boyles in contention to win. It is Indianapolis, draft plays a huge factor.
Well, if chance allows it, then Justin gets the win. That'll be his second for the season. He'll be our first repeat winner.
Of course, Dave Fuge looking for his first win of the season. Carl Dodson looking for his first win.
So it's going to be, green, white, checkered. First attempt at a green, white checker. Who's got tires left and goes in and gets tires? Or do you pick?
If you're at the back of the lead lap cars like J.D. Baker and Richard Smith, you do have a tire left, I'd come in and get it. Even I'd go as far as back as Will Barlow. But if you're Dodson and Boyles and Fuge, you gotta stay out. See Kevin Steele, he's gonna bring. Oh, look at this! Boyles coming in.
All your leaders coming in.
Fusion, Dodson, all of them. Okay.
Dakota
Steve.
Jerkinson coming in all pit road now.
Everyone.
Smith and Baker also coming down.
Real interesting. They all must have a set of tires left.
So let's see who wins the race off of pit road.
That or they're all concerned on fuel here.
Most of them pitted and I think they were all good with fuel, but as you see, Kevin beat Justin off pit road. Carl's going to beat Dave Fuse.
What's interesting is Kevin Steele did not try to fix any of his damage just to stay in the lead. That's either going to hurt him or it's going to help him. He'll have control on a restart. Carl Dodson, real strong on pit road. He's going to find himself up in the top 3.
Let's see. The nose of that car. That nose looks a little beat up there. Justin Boyle's got a nice clean car still. Carl looks like he's got maybe a little crinkle on that outside front fender.
Not a whole lot.
Dave Hughes got some, a definite crinkle on that right front fender.
Will Barlow, clean car.
Clean car on Will. Dakota.
Johnson. That looks like a Bristol car.
Oh yeah. Richard Smith and J.D. Baker both have clean cars.
Those two cats could hook up with each other and push to the lead.
Yep. So we're going to have our first attempt at a green-white checker. Pace lights are out.
Taking the inside line, that's going to put Carl Dodson behind him on the restart. Does either put a teammate behind you or... Well, Justin Boyles is teammates of Carl Dodson. They both have a clean car, and it's either put a teammate behind you about the same damage that you got, or put a clean car behind you that ain't your teammate. Somebody's got to push somebody on a restart.
Yeah, well, we'll see if Kevin can get a decent restart off of this
Yeah, I think Kevin's hoping that Carl will help him, but I don't think. I am gonna say Carl lays back, pulls up in front of Dave Fusion, pushes Justin Boyles to your win.
It's a good possibility. But don't forget last week's winner right there and restarting fifth.
It's a long ways around, 2.5 miles.
Yep.
Lights are out on the pace car. Got 5 miles left of this race. Kevin Steele gonna lead the field to the green once again. Gets a good start.
Gets a jump on. Looks like Justin might have been sleeping there. Kevin moves up.
Looks like Carl allowed Justin to get in line. Justin trying to look on the outside of Kevin. Gets a little wall contact. No harm, no foul. He's going to look underneath with Kevin Steele. Here comes Carl Dodson. 2 teammates. Justin and Carl working together down the back chute. Here comes Dave Hughes working into the draft of Kevin Steele. It's going to be a battle of teammates. So we get to the white flag. Next flag ends it.
New leader, Justin Boyles, with Carl looking on the inside of. And here comes Kevin. Oh, a
Little
good touch.
fighting between teammates. All of them wrecking. Big wreck. Wow.
Oh my God.
Part of the events here. Teammates door bang each other. Kevin Steele involved.
Oh, let's go. Looks like Carl and Justin got into it. And just, oh my God, just a carnage of cars. Timothy gets involved in it again.
Timothy involved. Will Barlow gets a little bit of it. Richard Smith involved.
Looks like Richard got a little loose coming off the corner, and
Yeah.
he wasn't a part of that initial cut. I think he lost it on his own.
Yeah, I do believe he did.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
Dave Fuge snuck through that. Just barely snuck through. JD Baker finds
going?
himself up in top 3.
Oh, that was. I wanted Dave Hughes on that one. Let's go back. Yeah, how he missed that, I have no clue. Great driving by Dave Hughes.
JD Baker did get a little contact with Will Barlow, but he got by. Still a clean car for JD. Will Barlow on Pear Road. Timothy Latham's going to take it to the hauler. Richard Smith on Pear Road. Heavy damage from his spin. Carl Dodson missing a whole front end, missing the back end. Boyles missing front bumper and whole trunk and back bumper. Jason Baker on the lead lap now. Dakota still on the lead lap of his Bristol car. Will Barlow on pit road. Much for Will Barlow, maybe. It looks like the front camber is shoved in. That might be the heaviest part of that car.
Wow, these guys are really putting on a show towards the end of this run here.
cleanest car right now is J.D. Baker. And even still, he's got a crinkle on the hood.
I don't think there's a car left out here that doesn't have some type of damage. Pace light should be out this time by.
See what lane Kevin will pick for a restart. Green light checkered number 2 of 3. Looks like Kevin's going to elect to take the inside groove.
Brian Mabry on pit road. Probably getting his last set of tires. Possibly going to try to make a run up.
Well, you got teammates in the front row, and you got brothers in the second row. How do you like that?
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to play out.
A little bit of brotherly love and teammate love.
Actually, it looks like Dakota right there dropping back a little.
Well, JD has the cleanest car, and he's got his brother on the outside. His brother's car is in decent shape. We could see some brotherly love. All these drivers are actually looking for their first win on the season. Here we go. Green flag, Kevin Steele. Good jump.
Dave Fuge still there in second spot.
Top 2 teammates. Who gets who? J.D. Baker with that clean car going to be able to suck up to the back end, and Dave Fuge going to push Dave Fuge to the inside of Kevin Steele. Fuge to the lead. J.D. Baker going to take over second. Now it's the matter of getting up to Dave Fuge for J.D. Baker. He gets a run on the short chute. Coming out of turn number 4, he's going to be looking on the outside of Fuge. Not going to quite get it this lap. Here we come. White flag. One more time around the brickyard. J.D. Baker trying to look for his win. Dave Fuge looking for a win. Gets into the back of Fuge. Who helps who right here? J.D. Baker on the outside of Dave Fuge. Kevin Steele right behind Fuge, trying to get Fuge to push to the win. Jason Baker on the outside, getting in the draft to J.D. Baker. J.D. Baker going to get stuck on the outside. Down in 3, Dave Fuge holds on to the lead. Kevin Steele in second. Does Kevin have any kind of momentum coming out of turn number 4? Or will Dave Fuge hold on to the lead and win at the brickyard for the Indianapolis 100? Yes, he does. Dave Fuge first win of the season for Dave. And Kevin Steele teammate coming home in second. J.D. Baker, first of the Baker brothers in third. Jason running in fourth.
J.D. Baker was your biggest mover of the night, up 13 spots from his original starting spot. Good run by our top 3 there.
Get as far as saying the top 4.
good comeback for Jason Baker in that 4 spot. Alrighty, Dave Hughes getting ready to burn it down here. He'll be the lucky man today, kissing the bricks. Alrighty, well, let's go see if we can find J.D. Baker. J.D., Corey, and Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how you doing, guys? Copy.
Well, JD, you brought her home in top 3 this week. How was your race?
Oh man, I got caught behind early on there and just kept fighting back all I could get, just trying to keep it clean, and seemed it was just all about survival really here tonight.
Yeah.
So just kind of got lucky there at the end and worked out the way it did and got a 3rd place. Didn't put a lot of time in it this week, so just kind of lucked out.
Yeah, it looked like some carnage out there. Actually, I think you had the cleanest car out there, so you gotta
Yeah,
put
maybe
that
so.
on it. Well, you got anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
I like to thank Justin for putting the league on here, and that's about it really. Thank my wife for allowing me to do this.
There you go.
Yeah, appreciate you guys hosting or broadcasting here. So
There you go, folks. Your 3rd place driver, J.D. Baker.
yep, take it easy, guys.
Yep. Alright, that was your 3rd place. See if we can get our 2nd place. Kevin Steele here. Kevin, Dave, and Corey in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Well, man, bringing her home in 2nd place. How was that race?
Yeah, I was pretty much killed after the incident with Tim and I. Felt bad about that, but I mean, he was blocking me the whole first stint of that final run, and I caught him from like 6 seconds back, and I let him block me twice, and there's only so much I could do, you know what I mean? I tried to back up off of him, but he just kept blocking. So I apologize to him. I did not want, I wanted that to be a clean race to the end, but it happens. And then I had enough fuel for 1 green, white, checkered. I didn't have enough for 2. So we got there on the backstretch on the white flag and saw my teammate side by side for the lead. So, well, I got enough fuel to push him to the win. So thankfully was able to do that. And I don't know how I got 2nd because I was coasting across the line.
Oh, boy, that's always fun to do. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, all the guys at Spartan Sim Racing. We had a lot of fun the last 2 weeks trying to learn this car and figure out what it likes and what it doesn't like. And those guys have both been a big help, Dave and Brian. And they thank my parents for they're at home watching. And thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. It was a blast.
There you go, folks. Your 2nd place driver, Kevin Steele.
All right. Let's go ahead and bring our race winner, Dave Hughes. Dave and Corey in the booth. You got a copy?
How's it going, guys?
Well, you want to say probably was the sleeper all race.
Yeah, just was hanging out, just letting the chips fall where they may. And my teammates and I, Kevin Steele, Brian Mabry, we knew we had good cars. We knew we needed to get to the end, and that was the plan. Unfortunately, Kevin got a little bit of damage there towards the end. He definitely had the best car all night, and him and Tim were gonna have a good run at the end under green. But unfortunately, racing happened, and other circumstances took place, and we were in position to take the win tonight. So it's pretty exciting.
Well, how did you get through that one accident? I mean, that was close.
I have no idea. I closed my eyes and came out on the other side.
Well, congratulations on the win, and now you're in the chase. Anybody you like to thank?
Yeah, got to thank Brian Linders, everyone up at Diamond Motors up in Lakewood, Washington. You want to find that diamond in the rough, and go see Diamond Motors. Thanks to all them, and thanks to my Spartan Racing teammates, Brian and Kevin. We put in some good work with the setup here this week, and it paid off. And thanks to you guys for the broadcast tonight, Corey and David, and of course thanks to Justin for putting the league on for us.
All right. Well, good luck next week at Watkins Glen. I'm sorry.
Watkins Glen. Go turn left and right. Thanks,
yes,
guys.
Sir. Yep. Have a good one. And that is your race winner. All right, so we'll get a rundown of the race results here. Starting with Dave Fuge taking the top spot tonight in that number 14 car. Kevin Steele takes home second, his teammate in that 24. J.D. Baker in that 78 car finishing third. Jason Baker in that 85 car finishing fourth. Dakota Jurgensen finishing fifth in that 9 car.
Mabry in the number 3, finishing 6th. Will Barlow, last week's winner, coming home solid 7th in the 15. Justin Boyles in the number 8, coming home 8th. Carl Dodson in the 29 and 9th. And rounding out top 10, Richard Smith in the number 2.
Timothy Latham in that number 5, finishing 11th. Jordan Sailors in that 55 car, finishing 12th. Tough night with Tony Patton in that 86 car, finishing 13th. PJ Eckelkins in that 93 car, finishing 14th. Doc Holliday, another tough night for him in that 88 car, and finishing 15th.
Tough break for Joseph DuPont in the 33, coming home 16th, and capping off the field in 17th, the 28 of Kendall LeVron.
Well, that about wraps it up for myself and Corey here in the booth for SRM and the iRacing Virtual Cup Series. Next week they are at Watkins Glen for the first road course of the season. Got any final thoughts, Corey?
Well, I can't wait to turn left and right.
Unfortunately, I'll miss it, but there'll be somebody here in the booth with you. Everybody have a good night. Stay safe, and we will see you next week.